one at a time. Oh, here's a quest. Here's another quest. And tomorrow you'll get another quest. How would you just fucking let me play the game on my own time? You psychopaths. So guys, before we jump on in and, you know, play Dead by Dog shit, I want to go over the last dev stream again. Because I've been watching everybody's reactions to it, and I think as I've been watching everybody's reactions to it, it's come to my attention that I think we really missed something about behavior. Or maybe some of you didn't. I think I even missed it. The devs come across completely detached from the game, right? Like they're completely just on another planet. Nobody even understands what language they're speaking. So what I think happened is that where we think about Dead by Daylight, we think about the game, right? The experience of the game, what it feels like. But for the devs, especially this specific dev team that they have now, they do not see a game like we see it. They see a product, right? Everything they say, everything they think is based on the fact that they do not see a game, they see a product. And to be quite honest, where has that gotten them? If you look at the Steam charts, I took this today before the stream. Like the daily peak is almost at 64,000 players, right? The all-time peak this year hit 120,000 with Five Nights at Freddy's. They like viewing the game as a product is undoubtedly working for them. So why is it that viewing the game as a product, why does that mean let's shit on the killer player base and completely just ignore them like they're animals, right? And if you saw the they did the thing like, why are the majority of players quitting the game? Why are they quitting the game? Well, if you looked at the questionnaire, and I don't have a screenshot of it, but if you look at the questionnaire, there wasn't a single reason on the questionnaire on why a killer player might quit playing the game. Nothing. There wasn't anything like gens are going too fast, or it's too stressful to play killer, or even like something more basic like the game is like too competitive, right? It was like all either just random stuff like there's too many cheaters, or it was survivor based stuff. So obviously in this very limited questionnaire, people are going to say that the reason they're quitting the most is because of camping, tunneling, and slugging, which were, I believe, all grouped together. So they couldn't even specifically say which one they thought the issue was. Like maybe it was tunneling that they felt like was the issue, but they had to mark everything. So it felt rigged. And I think the reason that the devs rigged it that way is because they see the biggest issue with the player base, and all they're thinking about is numbers, right? It's a product. They're thinking about data, money. That's all that's really going into their brain. So what they see, and you can kind of see it yourself, is no matter what happens with Dead by Daylight recently, the killer players keep playing. They might play differently. They might play different killers, but they're not really quitting. Some people are, but for the most part, the queue time is always worse for killer than for survivor, especially when like 2v8 comes out. So they want to know, what can we do to get survivors back on the game? And I personally think it's not healthy what they're doing, right? Like they're kind of going this route of like, well, let's make the game as easy as possible for survivors. Let's give them everything, the whiny ones, not just survivors, like the whiniest survivors, right? The people that are just super bad at the game, think they get tunneled every match because they're so bad at the game that they die in 2 seconds. Those types of players. Let's try to get them on the game. The ultra entitled casual player base. Now, is that working for them? I think they think it's working for them because, again, like look at the numbers. Like the numbers are going up and up and up. They think it's working, but because they don't understand the actual game and they only see a product, I don't think they realize that what is actually making the player count go up this year is that they have just done one of the most insane content slop years I've ever seen in my life. Like, every time you turn around, there is more content being added to Dead by Daylight, whether it's cosmetics, new chapters, Like they are just shoveling in the content, and people are just, there's so much that it's FOMO, right? They're afraid of missing out. They want to be on the game. They want to get all the, every day there's get on the game today and you'll unlock a unique butt plug. Like there's just so much garbage in the game that just keeps people just eating and eating and eating and consuming, and that's where these player numbers are coming from, not from their terrible balance decisions. Like their terrible balance decisions are undoubtedly hurting the game, and I fear that they will potentially put themselves in a position so horrible, thinking that it's their balance decisions that are helping grow the game because they don't understand the game, that they might get to a point of just like complete unsustainable growth, and this bubble they're creating will just burst, right? And when that bubble bursts and all these glue sniffers that they got on the game to play it, these super entitled glue sniffers, they're not going to stay. And then they're not going to have the loyal player base that they have completely betrayed in pursuit of these numbers will just not be there anymore. I don't think. Not if they have any other option anyway. So I do think that in the long run, they could potentially be setting up Dead by Daylight for a massive fall. And they don't see it because they're too desperate to chase quarterly numbers. And you, like, again, they're gonna think, hey, it's working. Look at the, like, this is the best year for Dead by Daylight they've ever had. So, and maybe it's just one bad quarter. Maybe that's all it would take, right? Like one bad quarter, and then they could potentially say, hey, let's actually do something for the community now because we had this bad quarter. But as long as they see these massive surges where they're making just shitloads of money, I don't see that they're gonna stop with any of this, because they're 100% on the boat that everything we're doing is working, and we just need to ignore the cries of people whose opinions don't make us money. The one thing I see anyway, they got missed by me and pretty much everybody else that I've watched react to these notes. They think the devs are just like dumb and they have no idea what they're doing and stuff like that. I don't think that's the case at all. And I think it's better if we all accept that this game to them is a product now and not something that like is a true experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Let's move on with the game. I agree. The no-ed is too powerful. We have to let them die. Don't do it. He could be waiting. Septic Dutch is OP. That's true. They nerfed map offerings because of map variety being shit, and now they're gonna like make shit map variety the option. Well, sucks to be you guys. Gale the Narnia baby survives again.